So just some late night quick thoughts here for Friday Night Smackdown. Here before I jet off to bed, I want to give my quick thoughts here for Friday Night Smackdown. Obviously, as the whole world knows, tomorrow night John Cena retires from WWE. He has one more match left, Saturday night's main event. And not only is the whole Saturday night's main event thing built around John Cena's final match, but it's also built around the whole, giving back, giving an opportunity to the future talent of WWE. And such was the case here tonight, where we saw people like Femi, Javon Evans, kind of, guys that you would feel within the next 5 or 10 years would be kind of the guys running this whole company. Certainly when you look at somebody like Femi, right? Because tonight we had him confront Cody Rhodes. And this match, at the first thought, I really didn't think they were going to, give us this match, because I figured, this probably isn't the best move at the time, is probably what I thought they were thinking. But they're actually going to give us this match. Now, if you ask me, just playing out, who do I think should win? I think it should be fucking Femi. I mean, I think, just look at this fucking guy, man. This fucking guy is built like a tank. You know what I mean? And he's the developmental champion. Like, that just crosses my head. Like, yo, what is reality? You know what I mean? Because this guy, he is a fucking just beast, right? And, he's obviously ready for that main roster call-up. I don't know whether or not they end up calling him during the Royal Rumble or possibly WrestleMania season, but, like, the guy is already ready to be in that fucking main event picture as well. I don't see them particularly beating Cody Rhodes here clean, because, like I said, Cody's their guy, and this company is deathly afraid of having top champions look weak or top champions take pinfalls, because they have to protect everybody, right? And the sort of cop out that I have is that Drew McIntyre was quote unquote reinstated, or they're working to reinstate Drew McIntyre, is what Nick Aldis told us. So again, that could also foresee Drew McIntyre getting involved, not necessarily to help out Oba, but necessarily more to fuck over Cody. And like I mentioned before, we had Carmelo Hayes here. He came out here after a fantastic match once again. The Ilya Dragunov US Open Challenge. This time it was answered by Tommaso Ciampa. Obviously, they have, a sort of storyline here and there, as far as, Ciampa wanted a shot, and now he has a shot. It seems like now, I don't know whether or not they're going to possibly run maybe Carmelo to win the US title, because I will say one thing: when Carmelo showed up, you heard like a considerable pop for Carmelo. And I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know why Triple H just doesn't let these guys go. Like, it seems like he's holding them back, because Carmelo is a guy who, you know what I mean? Like, he could be doing so much more. Like, he is a guy who, he's young, he's charismatic, he's got the look. You know what I mean? He's got the talking, the verbal skills. Like, so what's holding him back, really? We also had the Wyatt Six here in a terrible promo with the MFTs. I don't care what you tell me. Wyatt Six, MFTs, both groups are dead. I don't know why they're even feuding. Apparently they have a tag team match next week. This is not going to help out SmackDown's case for moving over to 3 hours, which was officially announced here. It's going to be the first SmackDown of the new year, 2026. SmackDown 3 hours. You can argue whatever you want as far as, yo, this is a great move. No, this is a terrible move, man. This is a terrible move. Less is more with wrestling, especially wrestling programs. I do not want to sit around for 3 hours and watch the fucking MFTs against the Wyatt Six. I cannot do that. And like I said before, we also had Javon Evans here against The Miz for a showcase match for Javon. Again, like I said, that kid is like 21, 22, whatever he is. Again, he has a bright future whenever they want to call him up. And lastly, we had the main event, which was Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. This was not all that good. You can kind of see why they paired Rhea once again with Damian, because there was a point last year after they split from the Judgment Day, where they were paired together initially, the Terror Twins, and they were super over, right? And now it's starting to kind of, be a lot more, I guess, pronounced how over Rhea was compared to Damien. Because Damien, don't get me wrong, Damien's fine, right? He's not a terrible wrestler, but, every time he comes out there, fans really just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of sad, actually. This guy was world champion in a dominant faction, and now he could barely get on television, barely gets any reception. Like, it's kind of unfortunate, really. So the only reason they had this is to fucking, try to add some more spark to Damian Priest. And whether or not it's worked, I mean, you tell me. You tell me whether or not you're interested in this whole rivalry as it goes. That was basically all of SmackDown. Not really an eventful show. I think they're all saving their eggs in the basket for tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event, which is going to be an emotional night, not only for Cena, but for all of us. And again, we'll be here tomorrow night as well covering that. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.